Hey guys, welcome back to the Cosmic Panel where today we're going to be discussing The Shield. But before we get into that, Elias has a quick word from our sponsor.
Today's sponsor is Comic Universe. Located in Folsom, PA, outside of Philadelphia, it's a worthwhile trip if you guys are into comics, both new and old. They have a subscription service that you guys can sign up for and get brand new titles pulled for you every Wednesday. And they have a great selection of back issues. They got dollar bins, they got Pokemon cards, they got toys, magazines, and so much more. Be sure to give them a visit and say hi to Mike and Mike if you see them and tell them that the Cosmic Panel sent you. Before we get on with the video, don't forget to follow us on Instagram as well at the Cosmic Panel. Like, comment, subscribe, and yeah, we appreciate it.
Yeah, so let's talk about The Shield.
Yeah, I did some research.
Oh, you did? Ooh, do
I did.
tell.
Yeah, so I think this is a good place to start. But from what I found in my research, the Shield is the first, for lack of a better term, super soldier character in comics. In the way of this person serving the sole purpose of being, an icon for the American, dream, we'll say. So very interesting. But according to League of Comic Geeks, November 16th, 1939 is the release date of Pep Comics #1 that the Shield first appears in. Or by the information that I found about Captain America's first appearance, the Shield beats him by a whole year and a month, which is really interesting.
Yeah.
And the Shield also debuts just 2 months into the start of World War II as well. So, yeah, just some interesting historical tidbits for you there.
Yeah, it's interesting also that like the shield on the Shield's chest looks surprisingly similar to Cap's original shield.
Yeah,
Huh.
interesting, very strange.
Kind of strange that they look so similar.
There's a lot of writers on Pep Comics #1, so I'm not sure exactly uh, who wrote. Well, it'll actually tell me here. Okay, so it says that Harry Shorten wrote it and Irv Novick was the artist. I saw a funnier name when I first opened League that said one of the writers' names was Manly Wade Wellman, if that's his real name. But this is a character that obviously some other people drew inspiration from because he seems to be the first super soldier kind of character that I could find.
Yeah. So let's talk about the actual first story of the Shield, aka Joe Higgins,
Joe Higgins.
wonderful member of the prestigious FBI. Uh, yeah. So
I had to look up what a G-man was too.
yeah, it's such an old term. Oh
Yeah, it's
man.
like some old slang I just
Yeah.
didn't know about.
No, but he's just a cop basically. That works for the FBI. I love the amount of like just that first paragraph is like the most text
Yeah,
you're gonna get
it's
in the entire story.
it's so funny.
It's so long too. It's too much info to like process even.
It's absolutely hilarious. I love it. It's just like there's a lot of old comics that are well written but wordy. This is wordy but not well written.
Yeah.
Like it's incredible how poorly that this first expository paragraph is. It's so bad. It's like Joe Higgins is the G-man, and also his dad
Died.
died, and he knows the FBI head. It's so
Also
funny. It sounds like a little kid wrote it. It's
also
so
he's
hilarious.
bulletproof and flameproof and can jump and can it's just like it
Yeah, yeah,
sounds like a
yeah.
kid making an OC
No,
being like
literally.
literally like them in the room being like, write that down, that's a good idea.
Did you ever see Axe Cop, or do you know what Axe Cop is?
No, I have heard of it, but I haven't watched it.
So it's a cartoon. It's an adult cartoon, but it's the whole joke is that each plot was just written by a kid. Just they just wrote down what a kid was just saying to his dad, I think that was the origin. But yeah, it gives that vibe of just like a kid just being like, yeah, he's bulletproof and fireproof, and he can't die, and it's like so funny, so funny.
But yeah, no. The four white stars signify truth, justice, patriotism, and courage. It's so.
Yeah, the
Uh,
whole it just sounds like a kid wrote it. It's so poorly written,
yeah.
um,
And
which is surprising.
it's so funny with this story how one page it'll be way too fast paced, and then the next page it'll just like linger on like one specific thing for no reason. Like in one page, I took even a screenshot of this just so that I could be like, in one page he gets grabbed by two muggers on the street, or spies on the street. He beats them up. He gets a note. He goes to the hotel. He goes up to the hotel, like, and it gets kicked out of the hotel.
They had no rooms available for some reason.
Yeah,
None in that whole building.
weird.
And then he scales the
Yeah,
wall
I
like
was
it's
gonna
nothing.
say, like a
I was like,
fly.
that you didn't put that in his fucking paragraph. Since when can he climb walls? If it was like a brick wall, okay, maybe his super strength allows him to grip.
It's a
But
yellow
like
wall,
they just show a blank yellow wall, and I'm like, how is he doing any
and
of
it said
this?
like a human fly. It's like, bro, what?
Well, as we come to find out, his power set is pretty fast and loose as we go through the story here.
Yeah,
Like he's just taking anything and everything. He's climbing walls. He's doing all this shit. By the end, I think he can fly, but he's just jumping. I guess it's like I don't know what the fuck
but yeah,
is going on.
let's actually try to break down this story just a tad. So he gets offered he gets told by the FBI chief, who's the only one that knows his identity, to basically go after some spies. He immediately goes outside and immediately
And the spies are ready to jump him.
gets mugged by the spies. He beats
Yeah.
him up, finds a note that happens to tell the time that they have to end the location
Wait.
of their meeting.
I also want to add, he tackles one of the spies who uh, hits his head and is stunned.
Stunned.
Stunned. That dude is dead as fuck,
Yeah, that
bro.
man's
He hit the
dead.
base of his skull on the edge of a curb. Like
Man,
that
literally.
seemed pretty rough.
Yeah, they even put a whole panel of him going, it's like, bro,
Yeah,
that.
exactly.
And like, I straight up, I think the red in the background of that is literally just straight up blood. Like of the panel, like
Yeah.
there's like red
Well,
in the.
that's the suggestion, I guess.
Uh, but yeah,
But yeah, so he finds this note that very clearly tells him what's going on, which is very nice, very considerate of them,
yeah,
of the
very.
spies.
And then he gets to the hotel. They immediately tell him they have no rooms available and he can't come in. They kick him out. He immediately goes, "Okay, fine. I'll just put on my super suit," and starts climbing the wall like Spider-Man, basically, for no reason. By the way, they haven't established this already.
And then he gets on the roof, and this is my favorite sequence, where he just starts whipping out various stuff from thin air that I can't tell you where he was storing on his suit, like a fucking beaker and chemicals. Like okay,
Okay, wait, you're getting too
the
far ahead.
sound machine. Yeah, I was gonna say the sound machine is one thing, right? The super hearing, whatever you want to call it, machine is one
The
thing. Okay,
radio sound
so
machine. Yeah,
he's listening through the roof into the spies, meeting,
yeah,
right?
which is really
And
funny because they say, "Thank God this place is bomb proof," which it won't be, bulletproof, which it won't be, and soundproof, which it is not.
either they're really stupid or the shield is busted. I don't know which it is.
I just love how they say bomb proof, and it's like the like the plot
That
proves
was
that
the
that is a
whole
false statement.
Yeah, that was the guy's whole plan, was to blow it up. But yeah, so they're like, yeah, he can't even hear us, and the shield's like, yes, I can. I'm the shield.
Sir?
And then he starts whipping out a potion that he's going to use to dissolve the roof. But I'm like, where is he getting this shit?
Bro, he
Where
just
was he
uses piss.
storing?
What are you talking about?
Where is he storing these chemicals? It's so funny.
Bro, obviously
Um,
he's just using his bodily functions to produce these chemicals.
yeah, he's got a chemokinesis, I guess.
Yeah. I mean, hey, we can't rule it out. But yeah, then he just fucking crashes through the skylight, or not even the skylight, the ceiling after melting like a fucking like alien xenomorph blood through the ground, and it bursts in, and everyone just starts shooting at him, and he's just like standing there, just like taking it, does not care,
Completely unbothered.
does not care. Why should he be bothered? Should anyone aim at his head? No.
No,
Uh,
but can a sword
yeah,
break over his head?
true. A sword can't even get through.
Apparently he has no weaknesses. No known weaknesses.
Uh, yeah, no, he's saying he's busted is an understatement. I also love that he goes. The guy goes, "Won't anything stop me?" And he goes, "Nope, nothing."
I love that. That's great. Yeah.
It's like,
He's like, no.
nah. It's like thank you for telling us. I guess so bluntly.
I guess now we know for Pep Comics issues 1 to 100. Like, we're good.
Yeah. I also love that like immediately the guy goes, "Oh man, I better go through this cabinet," instead of like dealing with the one guy, and he just starts reading. He starts reading. It's like, man, this is a really detailed plan. Let me just read this while this guy sets up an entire wall of TNT around.
Yeah. So he's like, these documents look interesting. And he takes like the spy's plans out of some cabinet, and he just starts reading.
As one does when being shot at and attacked.
He just does not give a fuck. So yeah, then the bad guy sets up a fucking massive pile of TNT and escapes out some secret door and blows the place up. Blows it all up.
Wow,
Fucking exploded.
bomb proof? Question
Guess
mark.
not.
Also, thank God that didn't kill everyone else in the hotel.
We don't know. They didn't show it. We don't know. There gotta been some casualties.
But the shield survived.
The shield survived, and I was like, "There's no way they're gonna let the documents survive too. Like that's gonna be the twist, right?" No, the documents are fine.
Yeah, he's good, bro. He just you
So
know what
he's
he did?
chilling.
He just put it in his mouth.
He got cartoonishly launched just straight up into the air, and he's like, "Oh shit, I actually can't survive this. Let me grab a flagpole on
Flagpole.
my way down. That's gonna snap. An awning. Like this is like Looney Tunes shit, by the way. Those are like two Looney Tunes ass things for you to grab while you're falling. The snapping flagpole and the awning. So he breaks through both those things.
It's funny to me how
He
much
keeps
time
falling.
they spend on him falling in comparison to literally anything else in the book. like literally it's like you could have spent like these like 5 panels on literally anything else. Did you guys really have nothing else other than him falling?
Yeah.
Crazy.
So he falls through the flagpole, awning, and then grabs some branches, and then he just does a handspring off the ground and lands, and he's just chill. He's chilling.
Just
He's good.
somersault, bro. That's how you stop all damage.
And then conveniently, that head spy that ran away is right in front of him. He gets into his car, and now is for the epic
What
chase.
happened to the other spies, huh? I'm sure they're fine. I'm sure they weren't knocked unconscious when that room blew up, right, Elias?
I'm sure they were knocked unconscious by the shield, comma, and then blown up by the dynamite with everyone else.
In the hotel.
Yes.
Um but yeah, I love though the minute where the shield man spreads so hard that he stops a car traveling at like 40
wait,
miles an
wait, wait.
hour.
Wait, but okay, so but right before that though, there's a couple things that I love.
Yeah.
First of all, they're like, okay, he's just gonna run and he's gonna catch
He's
up to
not
the
even
car.
running,
Okay,
bro. He's
very
he's
easily.
jumping.
Right, he's leaping, right? Um, but my point being that he's not flying. Like they never say that he flies, but all the panels make it look like he's just fucking flying, and he's able to go fast enough, leap fast enough that he gets in front of the car. Oh wait, sorry. He jumps over one of those opening, drawbridges.
Yeah.
Um so shit, okay. And he gets in front of the car and yeah, hits a nice little pose.
Yeah, man spread.
Um and just demolishes that fucking car.
I will say I absolutely love that as soon as the spy gets out, he's like, "Please, I'll confess to the spy plot. Like, just let me live. You've killed all my friends."
Yeah,
And
he's
like,
like,
and like the shield is like, "No, I
please.
don't give a fuck about the spy stuff. Please, just make sure that the FBI knows that you were the one that blew up the building and not me. I will get in
Nah,
serious
it's
trouble. Please."
he had his priorities straight for sure.
Man,
It was
man wanted
great.
to make sure he did not have manslaughter charges.
Nah, but it was like he's just so logical, man. He's just so straight to the point.
And then
Um,
giving him a little like shield thing to be like, turn yourself in with this.
yeah, those are his business cards, I guess. No, that's his calling card. But just the fact that they each had the writing of what each star was on it was so funny too. But yeah, the cops pull up and take him away, and the spy's just like, happy he's alive, I guess. Happy he survived an encounter with the fucking menace that is the shield.
Yeah. So who do you think is stronger? Do you think this guy or Cap?
Guess we got to read Pep Comics issues 2 through 200 to find out.
Yeah, to find out when they're
There's a
not.
shit ton of fucking issues of this series. Obviously, they use them for different things, and yeah, 411 issues it runs for. That's insane. Um,
Insane.
but yeah, obviously, they use it for different things, and this is just like I want to say like 8 page story, 10 page story, um,
Bang for your
in
buck, bro.
in a huge book of other stuff. And I flipped through the other titles just to see, and there's some really racist stuff towards the back. um this is wartime propaganda, so yeah, there's some insane shit, dude.
I saw
um
there was one comic that was surprisingly gory, where the guy was
oh yeah, which
impaled
one?
through the neck with a musket, like fully through
Oh,
his neck, and I
you
was
talking
like,
about one of the like the short horror story thing that they
yeah, I
did?
was like, what the fuck?
Yeah, man.
I was like, God damn, I'm kind of surprised you guys put that
I don't
in.
know how many pre-code horror like covers you've seen, but they did not give a fuck. They did not give a fuck, dude. Like, yeah, there's some brutal shit for sure. Some brutal
Even
shit.
I was like, okay, through the neck, like, god
Yeah.
damn, like getting shot in the head. I'm like, okay, whatever. Okay, you show a little bit of blood when they're stabbed. Through putting a musket through someone's throat is crazy.
Yeah.
Oh man,
Um
but yeah, the Shield is quite an interesting character. Um, I know that he is currently owned by DC Comics, so DC, bring back my boy.
I saw like that he was used at one point by Rob Liefeld in like 90s Image, I want to say.
Yep,
Um And there's a lot of other characters I would also mention that are this super soldier trope. Just a little bit later, you get Joe Simon and Jack Kirby with Fighting American. You get lots of other characters. Who else? I think American Eagle. There's another character, but yeah, this is obviously such a trope that they would use in comics, and Pep Comics #1 featuring the Shield is like such a basic, clean cut message. I was shocked though. I was expecting it to be a more like blatantly like racist or like overtly offensive or
book.
attacking book. Yeah, like story, and it wasn't. There's other stories in this issue that are, but I was just a little surprised that they weren't like depicting the enemy as like more basic and stupid and like that kind of thing they do at that time. But yeah, it's just very very clean cut, very simple. I've always been interested, by this character. Obviously, like we said, like this is a historically interesting character, but yeah, very interesting to peer into this character though.
Yeah, it's just really interesting though that like immediately after he came out, like Minuteman, Captain America, and Captain Battle, who are all like Patriot characters, released literally month after each other. Like really, really funny though that like so many of them came after, and Cap, surprisingly enough, was the I mean not I guess it isn't surprising because Jack Kirby was one of the people that made him, but still funny that like out of all those characters, only one of them made it through.
Yeah,
So can the Shield beat Goku? Comment down below. Tell us what
comment
you
down below.
think, and we will see you guys next time on Peculiar Polls.
Follow us on Instagram at the Cosmic Panel. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Thanks for tuning in to Peculiar Polls. We'll hopefully do more of these soon. And yeah, we got lots of videos planned for you coming up. We got comics available for sale on our Instagram and on our eBay. Our eBay is the.cosmic.panel. It's a great way to support us. And yeah, see you guys next time.
Bye bye.